Wanted for murder in Connecticut was found all the way in upstate New York.
That's right. Your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, joins us now live outside the Rocky Hill Police Department with more on what happened and the controversial tech that officers say helped them catch the suspect. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Roger. Police are telling us that Michael Ranger took off and left Connecticut right after stabbing a woman to death here in Rocky Hill. He was found about 150 miles from here in Saratoga Springs, New York. And from what we have learned, Michael Ranger does have a criminal past, and this may be an incident of domestic violence. 55-year-old Michael Ranger is now in custody, arrested 24 hours after police say he stabbed a woman to death in Rocky Hill. He's in the process of being brought back to Connecticut. Ranger has been on the run since Saturday night, but a New York police officer got a hit on a license plate reader, which alerted the officer that Ranger was wanted by Rocky Hill police for a homicide. Ranger was stopped and arrested. The stabbing happened Saturday night at the Lexington Estates off Orchard Street in Rocky Hill. Police found the woman stabbed inside one of the apartments. She later died at the hospital.
It's a very quiet area. I mean, it's peaceful. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this happening here. But you never know what's going on in somebody's life.
Eyewitness News has learned Ranger has a criminal history. Back in April, he was arrested for assault and unlawful restraint, a felony. It's not clear what the relationship was between Ranger and the woman he's accused of stabbing, but we have learned she had a restraining order.
Homicide is down in Connecticut, except for domestic violence homicides. 1 in 3 homicides is a domestic violence homicide.
Mary Jane Foster is the president of Interval House, which helps more than 5,000 victims of domestic violence. She says restraining orders are not always enough. She says victims need to know what services are available and that family and friends who know what's happening need to get involved, as well as tougher penalties.
We could do better for survivors by making sure that offenders, perpetrators, are held accountable, that they understand that there will be meaningful consequences to their actions.
Foster also tells us that as for victims of domestic violence, they are often afraid and shameful to come forward and get help, and they're also worried about many things, and it's difficult to just leave, especially if they have children. As for Michael Ranger, it's not clear when he's going to be brought back here to Connecticut. Your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News in Rocky Hill tonight.
Susan.